Hi, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Chrysalis 5 Light Mixed Crystal Pendant. This is the 131139. I happen to have the larger of the two sizes here, so it gives you a good idea of what these are like. These are beautiful pieces of glass. This is all hand-blown crystal. It goes into a mold, and then what they do is they basically are going to cover it with other glass. So there's a pull-down menu that says choose your glass, and you're going to notice one of them is going to be a matte white like this, okay, and the other one is going to be a matte black, and they're basically completely dipped in that. And then they come back and they are going to grind and polish off each of these facets just like a diamond, and they are pretty beautiful. So it's also a very substantial piece of glass. So, not kidding around. It's very thick inside. You can actually see that right there when you see the bottom part of it. The top of this is always going to have this embedded ring. This is a retaining ring that's embedded in the top. It's always going to be silver. Good for you to know that as a little detail. There's going to be 3 of the smaller versions of this, and then 2 that are this size that are mixed together, and you can decide how you want to hang them in a row. Okay, let's move on from there. Let's talk about that canopy. Oh, actually, no, before we do that, why don't we talk about size on this? It's 11.6 inches high. That's going to be the body of the fixture itself. 15.7 inches in diameter. The overall height, that's the distance from the bottom of the fixture. Total bottom to the ceiling itself is going to give you a range. This can be as short as 15 inches at its shortest, and then 80 inches at its longest for one of the lengths, because you see there's a pull-down menu where it says choose your length. The other one's it's going to be 15 inches at its shortest and 130 inches at its longest as standard product. So those are going to be the 2 ones that you can just choose off the bat. If you need yours to be longer than 130 inches, drop me a quick email. Say you're looking at the 131139. Tell me what you're looking for. Tell me you're looking for 200 inches overall height or 240. Doesn't matter. I'm going to take your email, send it through Hubbardton Forge's customs department. It'll come back with an answer of how we can help you. It adds a little time and money, but we do custom lengths on things every day, so it's not a big deal. Okay, let's talk about the canopy up on the ceiling. 12.3 inches in diameter. It's about that thick, and it's holding a transformer which is going to transform your line voltage in your house or your building down to low voltage, so it safely goes through all of those cables. That is going to be, it's going to be going on a 4-inch junction box, but I want to show you some more information about all of that. How we do it is we're going to look at the installations instructions. So if you're on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, look over on that side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a link. It's going to say, click here for installations instructions PDF. So open that up for me. It is going to show you a full parts list. It's going to show you how to put it together, which is very simple. It's also going to show you some good line drawings, detailed line drawings of the inside of that canopy and how it goes on your J-box and other places where it can attach to the ceiling. Take advantage of that. It's always good to have those drawings there on all the Hubbardton Forge fixtures. So, okay, moving on. You'll notice there's a pull-down menu that says choose your finish, and one place that finish is going to be on this canopy, but it's going to be just on the bottom part. So there's a flat part on the bottom called a faceplate that faces down. That's going to be the finish that you choose. The can part of the canopy, that's the part that's round and touches the ceiling, is always going to be in black. And then on the bottom again are going to be these things called grippers. And grippers basically do what it sounds like. They grip those cables. You're going to be pushing those cables into the grippers to get them where you want to be. How you're going to stagger this is kind of up to you. But those grippers will, lock into place and keep everything where it's supposed to be. But if you, during your installation, if you need to back them back out again, you take your thumbnail, kind of press into those grippers. They're also called a strain relief. It'll unlock them and let you kind of bring these things down a bit just during your installation. Those little grippers are always going to be in a kind of a polished chrome, so just kind of keep that in mind. Okay, moving on, let's talk about a few other things. This is slope ceiling adaptable to 45 degrees. If you're going to be doing that on a slope ceiling, drop me a quick email. I can kind of walk you through that. It only weighs 22.8 pounds, so it's actually pretty light, so you don't have to worry about any kind of weight restriction on this kind of thing. Let's talk about what's going on as far as sockets go. So it's going to be a LED only pendant. You're not using any halogens in this. And each of those 5 are going to be using a 4-watt LED. The socket's called a G4. That's just a very small socket with 2 little holes in it that accept the little prongs coming out of the G4 light bulbs, which you can get easily. You could look around at like True Value hardware stores or Ace Hardware, those kind of places. But it's easier to find these bulbs online. And we actually have gone to places like 1001bulbs.com and justbulbs.com. Amazon seems to be a really good source for these bulbs. And you're going to be putting in a G4 4-watt LED bulb just to begin with, and up is going to pop a big list of things for you to look at. Lots of details that you're going to need to notice. One of those things is going to be the color of the light coming out of that bulb. So they're going to offer 2700 Kelvin or 2700 K. That's going to be the light of a like setting sun that's very orange, yellow. On the other side of that, they're also going to offer you what's called daylight. And daylight sounds warm, it's not warm. That's going to be 4000, 5000 Kelvin. That's that kind of bluish white light that you can get on an overcast day or like in a hospital waiting room, that kind of thing. So that's going to be that side. In the middle of all that, what we like to use in our showroom is called warm white, and that's 3000 Kelvin. That's what we use here because it mimics the light of an incandescent bulb we all grew up with. It's a very nice, soft, warm light. That's why it's called warm white. And that's what the light coming down on me right now. These are LEDs, and these are that 3000 Kelvin that has a nice glow going on. So that's what we like to use, like I said. It's a dimmable fixture. That's going to be pretty important too, because don't forget, you've got 5 of these sockets, so you're going to want to dim these down when you can, or when you need to. So just make sure that's another little detail that you see on that page when you're looking. It says dimmable. It's going to be really important. Also, it's going to be important that you tell your installer you're using dimmable LEDs. They're going to need to put the correct dimmer on the wall for you. Let's get into finishes now. If you're on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over on this side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a tab. It's going to say Finishes Help Guide. Click on that for me. There's going to be a video on there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton forged finishes and how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be talking about a chart a little farther down on the page. You'll see it next to me here. It's going to kind of go over the differences between heavy forging and non-heavy forging, and it'll be talked about in that video. So it's really important that you kind of watch the video, use the chart. You can click on that chart on different things. So you can click on dark smoke and a big page will pop up and show you lots of different things in dark smoke. Click on burnished steel or natural iron, it'll do the same thing. But it's really important that you understand how Hubbardton Forge's finishes are kind of divided into translucent and opaque and how they can look on different fixtures. Our showroom in Vermont has we're up to 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have a What's on Display page. It's way up there in those red tabs again, so click on that and you can see what we have to show you. That changes all the time because we're always adding things as they come out. Showroom's open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. We have an amazing clearance center here too. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. If you were coming to visit us, bring a good-sized vehicle, something like a big SUV or maybe a small truck or something like that, because you might find something in the clearance center that you want to take home, and it's a lot of fun to go through. 75% off MSRP is an amazing bargain, so you should really take advantage of it if you can. Like I said, we're open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. You can call us at 802-446-2400 during business hours. You can email us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all the time. We love to answer emails. When you buy your Hubbardton Forge fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. There's no tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont, and we're the only dealer with 90-day returns and no restocking fees. No one else even comes close to that. Some larger items are non-returnable. We'll always tell you about that. It'll be in the description thing, that part of the description underneath on the very bottom. So keep an eye out for that. We also offer a rush program. Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to get product out. They don't stock anything. That's how you're going to get all your finishes, your adjustable ranges to play with, all those things. We can cut that time in half, and it's super inexpensive. If you want to know more, drop a quick email, and I can walk you through the whole thing, okay? So if you guys have any other questions, let me know. Love to see you in our showroom sometime, and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.